Masters, year 2020, we have hardly any good news to share. But us in KCT, it's an extraordinary learning year with much more productive meetings. Not just meetings, this year KCT celebrated a mega milestone meeting, that is 500th meeting. The feat only few clubs have achieved in Bahrain. Now we are in the mindset of yet another special occasion, that's KCT's 20th anniversary. Fellow Toastmasters, let me invite our visionary leader and evaluation champion, area director, our president, Toastmaster Roshan Lewis, to take over the meeting. Toastmaster Roshan, sir, stage is yours.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Shekhar Kopat. Respected District 20 Director DTM Mohammad Salim is here to join. Program Quality Director DTM Alifia, Club Note Director DTM Khalid Abdullah, Division C Director DTM Khalid Jalal, Area Section Director Toastmaster Thomas. I welcome you all, and meeting number 505 called to order. So I take this opportunity to also welcome two wonderful guests amidst us, our founder member, DTM Philip de Mello, and an established Etude Toastmaster, DTM Dr. Geeta Ponnuchami. It's our pleasure to have you with us today on this very auspicious occasion. Further going, I'm seeing few of the guests. It's a time for all our guests to introduce themselves. I request guests, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, good evening. This is Toastmaster Shushmita here. I represent the TKS Toastmasters, and I'm so glad to see the most esteemed guests as such, Dr. Ponnuchami, and of course, our DTM de Mello. And I'm glad I'm part of this meeting. Back to you.
Welcome you, Toastmaster Shushmita. Other guests?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm Lata from TKS Toastmasters again, and I'm really glad to be part of this meeting. Thank you.
Welcome, Toastmaster Lata. Welcome you.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm Toastmaster Vandana. And can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm Toastmaster Vandana, and I'm proud to say that I am a fan of KCT. Since the beginning of my Toastmasters, I have been a fan of KCT. Glad to be here. Congratulations and many more milestones yet to come. All the best. Back to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vandana. Welcome you all. You have been our great support, including this activity. Thank you.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. I am Toastmaster Subhashri Srinivasan. I am the current president of Vision Advanced Toastmasters, and it is a real great pleasure for me to be here, part of KCT on their milestone event. And first, congratulations to you all, and it is good to be here today evening, and I hope to have an enjoyable experience, a jovial one too. Thank you, and back to you, President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Subhashri. Welcome, President welcomes President. Thank you. Any other guests? We have DTM Faraz, well-known guest.
Well, I thought I was quietly trying to hide behind the screen of membership, but you picked me out. So thank you so much, and all the best to KCT. I mean, it's one of my favorite clubs. I visited a few times, and I would not miss your 505th meeting for anything. 20th year, that's a great milestone. So all the best to everybody, and I wish you many, many happy returns of the day.
Thank you,
Thank you.
DTM Faraz. I always call him brother. We are like brothers, and thank you very much to connecting from another island to this island. That speaks about love and affection. Thank you. We have one more very veteran speaker, Toastmaster Bilyana.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my fellow division team members. And it's really a great honor and privilege to be among you tonight to celebrate your milestone meeting, the 20th anniversary. So I'm really happy and I wish you all the best to your club and to your members. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bilyana. Recently, I just witnessed one of the best tall tale presentation. It was really wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have veteran Toastmaster and leader DTM Khalid Amin. DTM Khalid Amin, you are there? Okay. Any other guests? Okay, can I move forward? I can see Toastmaster.
That's okay.
Afzal.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, DTM Khalid.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you. and see
Okay,
you.
Brother Roshan, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear
I'm
you.
really sorry. Okay, anyway. Okay, I'm not even sure if I'm a guest because every time you have a meeting, it appears I am there, invited or uninvited. My name is Khalid Amin, current president of Manama Toastmasters. I'm happy to join you. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you, President Manama Toastmasters Club, and a very young, energetic Toastmaster. Hats off to you. You're always active in every meeting with your hat. Thank you. Toastmaster Afzal, President of KMCC. Can you introduce?
Hello, hi everyone. Good evening. I'm Toastmaster Afzal from KMCC Club. And I would like to thank you for inviting me for this 20th anniversary of KTC Club, and all the congratulations and all the best from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Afzal. He is heading a club which has done a great turnaround last year. We are happy to have you here with us.
Thank you, Roshan.
Yeah, any other guests? Okay. I presume all guests have been introduced. Let me move to further. VP Education, any changes in agenda? Toastmaster Veena? Toastmaster Veena? Any change in agenda? Are you there?
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, district other dignitaries and fellow Toastmasters. Our timer, Tracy, she has got stuck somewhere, so I don't know whether she's going to join. So I will take over her role as timer. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Veena. Can we adopt the agenda? Somebody can propose?
Are the integers without whole?
Pardon me?
Integers without whole, only the minus ones, not the decimal.
Okay. This is some other connection. Okay, no problem. Can somebody propose the agenda?
Yes.
Yeah.
Vijay Naik.
Yeah.
Propose
Thank
the
you.
agenda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Naik. Secretary, kindly note it. Somebody second it, please.
Toastmaster Shekhar.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Shekhar, for seconding the agenda. So once again, I welcome district dignitaries. DTM Khalid Abdul, I heard his voice right just now, and also PQD and district director. So my question to all of you, what takes an organization to 20 years? Any answers?
Persistence.
Persistence,
Teamwork.
absolutely right.
Teamwork.
Great, yes, teamwork, right.
Passion.
Commitment.
Yes,
Visionary leadership.
yes, which all right. Yes.
Continual improvement.
Continuous improvement, great. Thank you very much for participating in this. So today it's a Division C coupled activities of club. So I thought, let me coin all terms with C, which makes an organization to stand for 20 years. That is commitment, care, communication, concern, and capabilities. All this amalgamated into a great sustained life of an organization. Today, KCT is standing tall among Toastmaster fraternity because of these basic core competencies. This is a small story which you may be knowing about a US jet fighter pilot in Vietnam, Charles Plum. He had completed 75 combat missions when he was shot down. Plum was ejected and parachuted into enemy hands, where he spent 6 years in Vietnamese prison. One day, a man came up to him and said, "You're Plum? You flew jet fighters in Vietnam from the aircraft carrier Kitty Hawk and you were shot down." Plum got surprised. After so many years, somebody's coming and asking him. He asked me, he confused and asked, "How you know about exactly, who are you?" The silent man very modestly replied, "I packed your parachute." I repeat, the man said, "I packed your parachute." The man then shook his hand and said, "I guess, Mr. Plum, it worked well?" Plum assured him, "Yes. If it would not have worked today, I would not be here today." Plum thought a lot about that man who held the fate of someone he did not even know in his hands. He kept pondering how many times he might have seen the guy and not even said anything because he was a fighter pilot and the stranger was just a sailor. Charles Plum is now a motivational speaker telling this story to hundreds. After telling it, he always asks his audiences, "Who's packing your parachute?" Today, let's ask, who is packing our parachute? Lesson, my dear fellow Toastmasters. Many times in the journey of life, we get few people who will pack our parachute and ensure it won't open. I know it's very funny what I'm talking, it's true. But many times people pack your parachute effectively, which will help you to land successfully. Today, at this moment, we the members of KCT remember all who packed a parachute to enjoy these 20 jovial years. I have one of the founding members with us here, DTM Philip DiMello, and we remember every one of them who packed a parachute well so that we landed to these 20 jovial years. And we present members are packing each other's parachute daily basis so well that we all land successfully years coming ahead. 20th year is very important for us. We are planning 20 activities in this year. And today is the first activity, rising up as Division C for this moment. I thank all, especially our Division C Director, DTM Khalid Jalal, Division C Council team member Toastmaster Vandana, our Club 2 coach Toastmaster Manisha, our VP Education Toastmaster Veena, and all club team members with a short time of span, because we just had a great activity of 500 meeting where we witnessed 250 members from all over the world. So to plan another activity with a short time, all people whom I have mentioned, their support was there. So I remember them because you all packed a parachute nicely for this meeting. So fellow Toastmaster, let's pack our parachutes nicely for the members of our club and the growth of KCT and the growth of Toastmaster fraternity. Fellow Toastmasters. Thank you very much. So let's land a very important session. The woman of the day, the Toastmaster of the day. Our charming member who is newly joined, grown as our youth leader programship, and also she was active Gavalian. Today, she has continued her journey in KCT as a member. Recently, she joined our club. She hails from same city where I come from. It's a Mangalore, city of education. And she's working in Bahrain as operational manager, one of the construction company. Very talented, dynamic, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Elisa D'Souza. Over to you, Toastmaster Elisa.
Thank you, Mr. President, for those wonderful words. 20 years of memories, 20 years of experiences, and 20 years of undying love towards Toastmasters. Good evening, distinguished dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters, and a grand welcome to all our honored guests. It is a great pleasure to see such a wonderful and colorful audience among us today. And it is my privilege to host meeting number 505 of this wonderful club as they celebrate 20 glorious years of chartering. Aren't you all proud to be a member of KCT? Of course, I am proud. Though I'm a new member, I feel it. I feel proud celebrating and being a part of this event. Before starting, I would like to remember our founder, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, who decided to start Toastmasters International, a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. Membership in Toastmasters is one of the greatest investments you can make in yourself. It is also one of the most cost-effective skill-building tools available anywhere at any time in the world. A 20-year anniversary is a milestone just as important as a 10-year anniversary, perhaps twice as important and worth celebrating. I hope this year KCT brings in much more stories to tell its fellow members. KCT has always been in the forefront in the area, division, and district activities, with its members shining both on and off stage. Not just by winning the area, district, and division level, but also successfully conducting workshops and being an active part in the activities that are conducted in Toastmasters. Before we kickstart today's meeting, I would like to call upon our dignitaries and ask them to share a few words with us today. Mr. President, is the director available? Is he joined the
District
meeting?
Director yet to join.
Yeah,
we have PQD among us,
okay.
DTM Malafia.
A physiotherapist by the day and an enthusiastic Toastmaster by the night, she has served as various roles at the club level, area level, district level, and division level. She has added yet another feather to her hat this year by receiving the Best YLP Coordinator. That is for the biggest youth leadership program that was conducted in Kuwait. A warm welcome to the beautiful and ever-smiling Toastmaster, our dear District 20 Program Quality Director, DTM Alifia Lakdawala. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Helisa. Good evening to our Club Code Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah, Division C Director, DTM Khalid Jalal, Area 16 Director, Toastmaster KM Thomas, the President of KCT Toastmasters Club, Area 2 Director, Toastmaster Roshan Louis, and dignitaries around the charter members, senior Toastmasters, members of KCT, and other guests. Good evening, everybody. Thank you. It is definitely an honor for me to speak today at your glorious 20th anniversary of your club. I'm sure this club has walked miles and has collected a lot of memories to celebrate this glorious day today. What a proud moment it is that you have a Gavalier turned into a Toastmaster today where she is addressing, and you have the charter member today amongst everyone. So this club itself, this sign itself shows that how prosperous this club is. In District 20, we really look up to this club because your club has got leaders. Your president is a very supportive leader supporting District 20, and this club is a prominent club in Division C. Members, keep doing the good work. The quality is a synonym of your work, which over the years, y'all will be showing not to the newcomers, but also to the seasoned Toastmasters. So keep continuing doing the quality work. I wish you all the best, not for another 20, but many, many, many more years to come. Cheers, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Alethea. This Toastmaster believes his purpose in life is to set a good example as a father to his kids. I'm sure he's doing that, and he's excelling at it. He says this is the very reason he has joined Toastmasters, and ever since has never looked back. An active member of 3 clubs in the kingdom, Bapco Toastmasters Club, president of the Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, and St. Paul Toastmasters Club. Let's all welcome the very energetic, the very enthusiastic, and the jovial District 20 Club Growth Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies. Let me recognize the presence of our ever glamorous PQD, Sister Alethea Laktawala. And we have a Simi, who everyone confuses my name with his name. I used to be DTM, he used to be Toastmaster, now also he's DTM. So let me recognize the presence of Division C Director, DTM Khalid Jalal, the President of the club, Area 2 Director, Toastmaster Roshan, Area 16 Director, Toastmaster Ken Thomas, and all the other dignitaries, well, the members of this great club and the guests. Good evening to one and all. When Mr. President asked that question, what takes a club to be there for 20 years? I adored that question, and I started just to go, and my mind took me to all of those who were not sure what is happening and how they continue during this term. Now, for those who doesn't know what Club Growth Director is or what is his responsibility, my responsibility is basically split into 2, extension and retention. And for the first 3 months of this term, the focus was solely on retention. And now the coming 3 months would be more focused on extension. During that time, between extension and retention, so many Toastmasters were struggling, and there are some of them who has really genuine reason for not to continue, because Toastmaster, unfortunately, is not the primary reason for us to live. So we lost some of our dear friends, but there are others who can continue, and their only excuse right now, and I keep on hearing this so many times recently, well, DTM Khalid, I don't find myself anymore into Toastmasters on virtual meetings. And looking at those members and comparing them to Karnataka Toastmaster Club, a club who's enjoying all of those obstacles, and now today is celebrating 20 years since the club being chartered. So now that takes me back to the question of what the president asked. What makes a club survive for 20 years? I think that's a question that I really need to not just ask, but show all of those members how others are doing it in style. And I would really recognize Area 2 Director. I had a conversation today with him, and he said, DTM Khalid, what is there for area when they charter a club? I said, there is nothing for the area to charter 1 club, but 2. And he quietly just said, well, we just made it. So this also shows the leadership within that club and shows the figurehead, who is the president, who's not only doing it in the club itself, but doing it in the district as well. And he's already part of the Region 11 support team as well. So that's the team, or that's the leaders that this Karnataka club is raising day and night. Well, why and what takes a club to be there for 20 years? Let me just revert it back and say, what takes Karnataka Toastmaster Club to celebrate the 40th year from now? That's the next challenge. I wish you all the best, brothers and sisters, and let's enjoy our Toastmaster journey. And over to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, DTM Khalid Abdullah, for those wonderful words. I'm definitely looking forward for the 40 years celebration. So moving ahead, our next dignitary for today is an IT professional who loves to talk. Yes, you heard me right. He loves to talk. A weird combo, but then he's a Toastmaster who loves it, and he's doing amazing at it. He intends to become a public speaker after retirement and therefore join Toastmasters to sharpen his public speaking skills. He's a patriotic Bahraini, and that's why all the clubs he has started, they all start with the name Bahrain. Bahrain IT Professionals Toastmasters, Bahrain Distinguished Toastmasters, Bahrain HR Professionals Toastmasters. Please put your hands together to welcome our dear Division C Director, DTM Khalid Jalal, to address the gathering. Sir.
Thank you very much, TMOD Toastmaster Halisa, for the wonderful introduction. You forgot one more Bahrain. I will keep it suspense for now. District 20 Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Alivia Lagdawala. Simi, as he said, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, District 20 Club Growth Director. It's not only people confused with him and my name. I also confused 2 days ago. I was sending an email from my personal email to my and I sent it to him instead of myself. That's how we are confusing ourselves and others. But Area Director, Toastmaster Russell Lewis, all the other dignitaries, the club founders, members, and guests, very good evening to you all. KCT 2020. As part of the discussion, what should be the name of this meeting? We're having a lot of ideas. And one thing which I don't like, I'm not a big fan of, is the cricket. For the whole India and Pakistan and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka and many other countries are big fan of cricket. When the name came, when the discussion came is 20 year, I say, in something is there in cricket, they call it 2020. I don't know what it is, but it suits you. So why don't you choose 2020? And there it is, KCT 2020. Last term, I tried myself to have all the areas come together, or all the clubs in our area come together and perform together. Tried very hard, but for various reasons, it didn't happen. This term, I told my club, try to have all the clubs in our area, Area 3, to have a common meeting. That happened. I'm very happy about it. But guess what? It's become a bonus. When Area Director Toastmaster Russian Lewis was talking about it, I said, why we don't have all the areas in Division C come together and show that we are one, and let's have a joint meeting under KCT 2020 theme. And there we are, all of us together. This exactly tells our motto is working, rise up as one. And we're all helping each other in all the clubs. And this is because of all the members, individuals, supporters from other divisions, district tiles, and our friends and brothers and sisters from Kuwait even, they're all helping us and giving us idea. And that is the reason we are doing good so far. And I'm hoping the support will continue from everyone and we continue progressing till end of the term and the years to come. I'm really glad to see the way KCT is performing. The members who are developed from KCT are amazing. They're ready to perform any role and they're ready to help anyone. So much support has come from KCT to other clubs. Amazing. I really thank all the members of KCT for all the support. Achieving 20 years with a success is not a joke. When you have 20 years, that means the commitment, the support, that yes, this is my club and I want to work for the club is there. Otherwise, completing 20 years is not possible for any club. Especially when the club is not in your home country, it is and your second home country, I would say. But people are not permanent. People do leave the island, they do travel, but having the commitment and the vision has made this successful. As our president said in his address, who is packing the parachute? All the members, past and current members of KCT are together jointly packing the parachute. And I salute all of you. Thank you very much. And back to you, Toastmaster David.
Thank you, DTM Khalid Jalal, for those wonderful words. The best gift we can give someone is laughter and happiness. Our next dignitary is a Toastmaster who spreads happiness. He is a laughter and yoga guru, the member of Vision Advanced Toastmasters and Bahrain HR Professional Toastmasters, which is under formation. Beyond that, he is our very own Area 16 director. Let's all welcome Toastmaster KM Thomas.
Thank you so much, Elisa. Our dear PQD, Alifia, CGD, TTM Khalid, Tuition C Director, TTM Manadar Khalid, and Area Director, President of KCT, Roshan, and the founder member of KCT, Philip de Mello, and the Senior Toastmaster, Madam Geeta Punchami. Dear senior members, guests, Toastmasters, very good evening to you all. 2020 is the year of celebration for KCT. Soon after 500th meeting, now there is 20 years of success. I'm so glad to be the part of this celebration of 20 years of success and an amazing service done by Karnataka Club Toastmasters. A big salute to pioneers who started the club and ex-com and members of the Karnataka Club Toastmasters. The past 20 years, the club has helped countless individuals to become better leaders and members, to learn not only the leadership and speaking skills, and also the ultimate benefit for personal growth and professional goals. Experience builds confidence, which is the key to growth and excellence. On this occasion, I wishing you all the best, many more celebrations to come for KCT, and happy anniversary. Back to Elisa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thomas. Education is not filling a bucket, it is lighting a fire. In our midst, we have an educationalist who lit the flame of knowledge and education among many school leaders, teachers, and college lecturers. She was the first lady to join Toastmasters and the first lady to achieve the DTM status in the Middle East. Also fondly known as the Iron Lady, she has the passion to heal and help her fellow people in their spiritual growth. Without further delay, I would like to call upon our first special guest for tonight, lovingly known as Geeta Punchami, and I don't have any doubt why she's called that. But let's give a big round of applause for Toastmaster DTM, Dr. Geeta Rani Punchami. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for that smile, the welcoming smile and the encouraging words of introduction, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Helisa. Our PQD is here, yes. PQD, Distinguished Toastmaster Alifia. CGD, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid. Division Director, Area Director, Vanakkam. President Roshan, Organizer, Toastmaster Veena. President Roshan, soon to be DTM. Organizer, Toastmaster Veena. Fellow Toastmasters. First off, congratulations, KCT, on your 20th year milestone. Bravo, well done. Well, mine is not a felicitation speech, so I'd like to share what Toastmasters has done for me. Well, I grew up in a South Indian home with a conservative father who believed women should not be heard. One word out of my mouth, anywhere in the house with anyone, my dad would materialize from out of thin air and say, enough talking, go do your studies. This was his slogan. I was not allowed to speak, let alone speak my mind or give my opinions. So, as a child, my freedom of speech was smashed. On the other hand, I was blessed with a liberalistic mother who believed education empowers everyone, especially women. She was a school teacher who went on to become a professor of English and ended up as dean of a college with a double PhD. She encouraged me to participate in speech contests, debates, dramas, dances. So fortunately, I developed my self-confidence and found my power. But more fortunately, I got married to a man who's new school and quite liberal in his values. When I got married and came to Bahrain, he first took me to Bahrain Sports Club, which is currently known as the Indian Club. They were playing bingo and I wasn't impressed. We left at once. He knew I am a nerd. So he took me to Manama Toastmasters the next Saturday. And I instantly fell in love with what the Toastmasters were doing. But I did not join Toastmasters at once. I was in the family way. And so it was not until January of 1988, when Ponuchami became president of Manama Toastmasters, that I joined Toastmasters. Ponuchami wanted to inspire ladies to join Toastmasters, and I became the willing bait. But in October 1990, the first Gulf War had started. Missiles were flying back and forth between Iraq and Saudi Arabia. I was 5 months pregnant with my second son. My parents were putting pressure on me to return to India. I had completed my CTM, Competent Toastmaster goal. So I left Toastmasters, but I knew I'd come back. I took a long sabbatical, but only physically. I was DTM Ponuchami's unofficial, unpaid Toastmasters secretary, as he, his team, and his predecessors were working day and night to get district status for us. As Leonardo da Vinci said, once you have tasted flight, you will walk the earth, but be looking skyward, for there you long to return. I was just waiting to complete some studies and finish some major projects at the college where I was working then, and waiting for the most opportune time to return to Toastmasters. And in the meantime, I consciously applied all the Toastmaster skills I'd learned in my classroom. For instance, sandwich evaluations of my students' research papers or oral presentations, encouraging my students to speak off the cuff and do peer evaluations. These were all novel ideas back then. And general evaluations of my lectures occasionally. So I've also used my communication skills to motivate and inspire my students to give up smoking, to learn for learning's sake and not for grade's sake, to be better human beings, in short. So in fact, Toastmasters International past president Dr. Dilip Abeysekara's manifesto has always been a source of inspiration for me. Find your voice and serve your world. In February of 2002, when the ExCom members of my community club, of which the current division director, DTM Muhammad Salim, was one, needed help with communication skills and parliamentary procedures during their ExCom meetings, having benefited from my Toastmasters experience, I urged Ponuchami to start Tasker Toastmasters, and as a co-sponsor, I served as a founder president. Halfway through my term as president, some members tried vehemently to close down Tasker Toastmasters. By then, Toastmasters had beautifully strengthened my personality. With the support of my team, I had the courage to send out show cause notices to the troublemakers and expel them from the club. Through Toastmasters, in fact, they tried once again to shut the club down, but it was nothing but teamwork and the help of area directors. At that point in time, KCT was a fledgling. It was a toddler into its second year, having started 2 years ahead of Tasker Toastmasters. And I can never forget the support extended to us from DTM Philip de Mello, who was then area director. During the second time they were trying to disrupt our meetings, I was assistant area director. So Toastmaster Vijay Balu, Toastmaster Philip de Mello, their help was at that point in time, they were a pillar of support. So without their help, we could not have survived. So through Toastmasters, I have learned how to build caring, mutually supportive teams. In fact, with all of my teams in Toastmasters and at work, I have built what Dr. Stephen Covey called emotional bank accounts, from which I can withdraw caring support anytime in my life, even today. When Tasker was established, of course, without the team, without the support of area director and all these people, we could not have, like I said, we could not have flourished. I succeeded Philip as division director in 2005, and at the end of my tenure as division director, once again, academic adventures beckoned me. And I embarked on my PhD in the USA, online of course, and Toastmasters once again took a back seat in my life for the next 5 years, and I only accepted assignments at my home club, and I only helped with my own club's Gebelius and my own club's youth leadership participants. I have yet to enroll in the Pathways program because to me, Toastmastering is not the only passion in my life. Now I'm in pursuit of my spiritual development, and hence I've been busy learning other things. I'm now a certified, not now, 2011, a certified yoga teacher and meditation trainer, Reiki master, energy healer, hypnosis healer, crystal healer, sound healer, a master life coach, and a spiritual counselor. However, I continue to be active in Toastmasters, especially in my home club, Tasker. Now my focus is on giving back to my people what I've got from Toastmasters. It brings me a great deal of satisfaction to serve as a mentor or trainer to my club members and Gebelius. So ladies and gentlemen, if you can get out of Toastmasters what you can get out of Toastmasters, you'll never, ever get out of Toastmasters. So let's continue to get the most out of Toastmasters and give back even more. Let's find our voice and serve our people. Back to you, MC Halisa.
Thank you so much, DTM Geeta Ponnachami. Please accept our appreciation for sharing your valuable insights and joining us in your busy schedule.
You're most welcome.
Thank you very much, DTM Geeta Punnuchami. It's very inspiring. On behalf of Karnataka Club Toastmaster, we present you this certificate of appreciation. Thank you very much for taking your valuable time, though you're far from Bahrain. We are highly obliged and your support is highly appreciable. Thank you.
I'm honored. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much.
There is no end to learning. Once you stop learning, then you stop growing. This is the life motto of our second special speaker tonight. He's been awarded 2 DTM's highest educational awards in Toastmasters. He's currently on his way to the 3rd one, which shows he's still growing. He's been a Toastmaster for the past 31 years. Wow, absolutely wow. That means it is a lifetime of commitment to Toastmasters. It is an absolute pleasure, sir, for me to welcome the founder member of the Karnataka Club Toastmasters, who made time today to celebrate this occasion with us. Please put your hands together to welcome DTM Philip De Mello to share his experience as a Toastmaster over the years. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Elisa, Mr. President, Toastmaster Roshan Lewis, district officers, dignitaries, and fellow Toastmasters. Good evening.
Good evening.
When your VP Education called me the other day that we are celebrating 20th anniversary, I didn't believe that it's 20 years since Karnataka Club founded. Fantastic. Time flew like anything. When I started this club, I looked like Roshan, black hair and quite young. Now you can see me. I can count my hair on my head. So that was the beginning 20 years ago. Congratulations to all of you for keeping up the spirit and continuing the educational journey. Even me, I never knew about Toastmasters until 1989, when 3 members from the Manama Toastmasters Club, which is Manama Toastmasters Club, one of the oldest clubs in Bahrain, founded in 1964. Until 1989, that was the only one club in Bahrain. And that was DTM Punnuchami, Vijay Bulur, and Chittur, who is no more now. They founded this club in 1989. I never knew about Toastmasters. Toastmaster I only seen during the weddings and celebrations is to raise a wine glass and a piece of cake in one hand. So when I was invited, I went there and we were around 20, 22 people, interested people. So formation took place and because they wanted a treasurer. They asked, is there any person who is with accounting background? I half-heartedly raised my hand. That is where I took my first step into leadership. So apart from this educational journey, leadership journey also began from there. If I had not raised my hand at that time, I'm sure I wouldn't have gone into the leadership role thereafter. So I enjoyed Toastmasters for the past 31 years and still continuing because it has given me so much in life. Thanks to all the Toastmasters who have contributed. Alone, you cannot achieve, but together you can achieve quite a lot. It is the organization and the very, very kind-hearted Toastmasters like Geetarani Punnuchami and many others have contributed for many Toastmasters development. Now, coming back to what I learned from Toastmasters as well as what I have achieved, to summarize in just 5 minutes, it is quite difficult. So let me touch upon a few points. Now, many people think that Toastmasters is only speaking club, speaking, speaking, speaking. Not so. There are many, many other opportunities. You can be a good evaluator that helps you at your place, good listener, good leader. So you can name it, everything is there because you have the clarity, you know how to achieve your goals, how you can be committed. Now, President mentioned that he picked up 3 C's. One of them is commitment. That's important. Now, tell me, how many of you joined Toastmasters because of some choice? Because then you must have made that choice, isn't it? That is a big step. But choice itself will not take you to the destiny. You need to have commitment. Without commitment, you cannot achieve. Choice, yes, we all make hundreds of choices each day. Sometimes you like it, okay, continue with it, or no. But in commitment, whether you like it or not, you have to do it. This is what is required in Toastmasters. Otherwise, there are many Toastmasters who are joined expecting that they'll get great returns. Not at all. You will not get, you will be just a Toastmaster. But it will not go deep into you, and your contribution to Toastmasters as well as society may not be that much. But you need real commitment, wherein sometimes you get hurt, sometimes you feel why I had to go through this struggle, but in the end, you become very strong, you can accept challenges, you can deliver things, and maybe everything is there. Now, with these leadership roles, I could progress through club presidents, some of the clubs wherever I was president. I was remember the 3-4 clubs were there, then area, division, and district. When I became the district director, there were lots of challenges because we were one of the largest districts in the world at that time, over 350 clubs. But in Bahrain itself, there were some troublemakers gave lots of troubles to me. Then I realized when you are a leader, you are all alone on the top. You have to go through those moments. But in the end, you become very strong. So that is why my message to many of the young Toastmasters is take up the leadership roles. There will be challenges. There will be many difficulties, struggles. People may block you from your progress, but don't give up. It will make you strong, and one day you'll reach your destiny. Now, it is not only Toastmaster leadership. I also took up leadership roles in other clubs because Toastmasters experience helped me to take up the roles at the Indian Social Club, and also in Karnataka Club, many roles. And one of them was as the president of the Karnataka Social Club. In that particular year, one of the source of income had stopped. That was all the social clubs, most of the social clubs had these bars. That was a major income for these clubs to survive and continue. But that stopped. But that was a challenging year. Some of the members came to me, I really appreciate you are taking up the president's role in this year when we are all cash strapped. But that was also an excellent experience. Apart from that, I thought about the young children because we had lots and lots of youth leadership programs, and some of the parents approached me that what is after youth leadership, because some of the children were going through 4 or 5 youth leadership programs. But that's it. Then I started this Gavel Club with the help of Indian Club Toastmasters, Indian Social Club's support. That was the first Gavel Club in Bahrain. I think it is in the Middle East too. And that club, today, I think there are more than 15 clubs, I believe. And also, first conference for the Gaveliers, that was in the year 2004 or 2005. I believe last weekend, there was a conference for Gaveliers. Hundreds of Gaveliers have benefited out of this. I know many of them went into this professional career, doctors, engineers, and everything. And one of this evening's Toastmaster of the day is one of the Cavaliers. Nice to see Elisa here as Master of Ceremony. So, therefore, this experience of leadership in social clubs as well as in Toastmasters helped me to grow in my own organization. So today, I'm heading the internal audit department as the group audit manager and also in some of the executive committees. So there were some challenging projects thrown at me at a very short notice, which I could deliver. One of them was implementing the ERP system on our group. There was a deadline. Managing director called me because there was a 3 years time frame. 1 year was lost with someone who didn't do anything. 2 years, then I said, okay, I'll accept on a condition that I'll do it in my way. Then only yes, and nobody else to be here. I'll report only to you. So I had the courage to tell my managing director these things, because if you want to be a good leader, you need to have courage. You need to open up. You need to speak. Otherwise, you cannot be. But of course, once the job is done, give credit to everyone. No problem. So therefore, I feel Toastmasters is a wonderful movement. And I urge all those joined recently or willing to join. If you join Toastmasters, be committed in your educational as well as leadership roles, because many a time VP education in every club struggles to find the speakers or role players. At the last minute, we all like to give excuses, but in Toastmasters, don't give, because it disrupts the meeting. But if you're committed and keeping up your commitment, I'm sure you will grow, you will help others to grow, as well as you will contribute quite a lot to the society, as well as wherever it is required. Therefore, make that change, as Mahatma Gandhi said, make that change what you would like to see in the world. So with this, once again, congratulations to all of you, and keep it up and invite me for the 40th anniversary, please. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Philip de Mello. Please give him a big round of applause for sharing those valuable insights with us. Kindly accept our appreciation.
Thank you very much for that appreciation. And I really appreciate for inviting me and having me and listening to me with patience. So I may have to leave now because I have got some other commitment. Enjoy rest of the evening.
Thank you, DTM Philip de Mello. It is really our pleasure to have you with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.
May I also take the opportunity to leave now, because I have to allow the others to sleep. I've got all the lights on.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's 11. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. in India.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So
okay,
thank you for inviting me. Goodbye. Bye, Philip.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
sir.
President. Thank you,
Thank you.
Elisa. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.
The goal is not to be perfect by the end. The goal is to be better tomorrow. I would now like to call upon our general evaluator for tonight, who will guide us on our path to excellence. A passionate Toastmaster who's the club mentor for 3 clubs in the kingdom. He was the Area 3 director and currently the Division C director. Please welcome DTM Khalid Jalal with a round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Alicia. My role as general evaluator is to observe the entire meeting from start till the time I'm called to submit my report. As a general evaluator, I'll be observing the entire meeting, how it goes. Of course, not alone, with the help of my expert partners, the timer of today, the hour counter, and the grammarian. I'll be submitting my report with the help of their inputs when called upon. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, DTM Khalid Jalal. They say punctuality is the thief of time. Today, to make sure we are on time, we have a serene Toastmaster. Also, I would like to thank her for taking it up at the last moment. Our very own VPPE, our Vice President Education, Toastmaster Veena Nagaraj. Kindly share the timing criteria with everyone.
Thank you, Toast the Day. Today I'm the timer. As you all know, time and tide waits for no one. You cannot save it and you can ensure it. So it's our duty to finish our role within the allotted time. So for speakers, it is 5 to 7 minutes. 2 minutes before the speech, that means at 5 minutes, I'll be showing the green background. At 6 minutes, it will be yellow. And at the end of the allotted time, it will be. And for evaluators and TT topics, 1 minute before the allotted time. That means that at 2 minutes for evaluator and at 1 minute for table topics, I will be showing the green background, and 2.5 for evaluators and 1.5 for TT commentators. I'll be showing the yellow background. And at the end of a time, that is at 3 minutes for evaluators and 2 minutes for table topics, I'll be showing the red back. And joke master will be allotted 5 minutes. At 3, it will be green. At 4, it will be yellow. And at 5, it will be red. So please pin me before you start. You can see me and you can finish your speeches within your allotted time. But Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veena. We have a young and talented Toastmaster who will track the good and the not so good usage of grammar, as well as share with us the word of the day. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Andrea Lewis.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the Day, honored guests, and all our dignitaries. As the grammarian, the purpose of a grammarian is to encourage and commend good use of grammar and English language during the meeting by the speakers and everyone else who speaks during the meeting. So I'll be recording any noticeable grammar errors during the meeting, and also will be noting down any I'll also be recording notable uses. So I hope there is good grammar usage. Well, as the grammarian, my role is also to put forward the word of the day. So the word I've chosen today is jovial, which means a quality in a person of being friendly and jolly, or a situation being enjoyable, friendly, and pleasant. It is also an adjective, so it can be used in the forms as joviality or jovially. Examples for this word are: there was an air of joviality in the room, and he seemed to be a very jovial person. I hope there is a good usage of the word of the day, since I'll be noting down by the participants who speak and use the word of the day. Looking forward to the meeting, and our president has already started using the word of the day, so I encourage you all to use it too. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Andrea. Our counter for today likes cooking and experimenting new dishes on her husband. She says her husband always appreciates her cooking and never complains about it. I hope I get to taste it someday soon. Please welcome our simple and happy-go-lucky Toastmaster, Toastmaster Shweta Sunil, to brief us on her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Today, I am the counter for the meeting The purpose of the R counter is to note the words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen for overused words including and, well, but, so, and, you know. I will also listen to the filler sounds including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, this means, or that means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shweta. In our today's education session, we have 4 great speakers delivering their speeches based on the projects and paths that they have chosen. They have not only here to entertain us, but also educate and enlighten us. Who is ready to witness some of the great speeches? Let's get started. Our first speaker for today works at the University of Bahrain as an English language lecturer. She has been a Toastmaster for the past 5 years and is an active member of the Manama Toastmasters and the Diva Debate Toastmasters. She enjoys the art of public speaking and helping her fellow Toastmasters on their journey to become great leaders. Today, Toastmaster Bilyana Davcheva is attempting her Level 1 Project 2 effective coaching path. But before I call her upon for her speech, I would like to call upon her evaluator, the immediate past president of the Sri Lanka Club Symposium Toastmasters, a triple crown winner and the District 20 evaluation speech champion at DTAC 2020. DTM Hisham Jeffrey to read out the objectives, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Master of Ceremonies. It is an immense pleasure to visit this jovial club and evaluate this jovial speaker. Toastmaster Bilyana Davcheva is attempting Project 2 from Level 1 of the effective coaching path. The purpose of this project is to deliver a speech on any topic. And the uniqueness of this speech is that she is to incorporate the feedback given by the previous evaluator, and the feedback centers around gestures and the speed of the delivery. I have no hesitation in wishing Toastmaster Bilyana all the best, and I'm sure we will be thrilled as she delivers her speech. All the best. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, DTM Hisham. Presenting Toastmaster Bilyana with her speech title, Mission Impossible.
Have you ever wanted something really bad, and yet you felt that the whole universe had conspired against you and prevented you from achieving it? And have you promised to yourself at that moment that no matter what, you'll make the impossible possible? Fellow Toastmasters, my love affair with the Greek musician Yanni began when I was a teenager. When I saw his photo for the first time, I fell off my chair. Strong cheekbones, beautiful eyes, and long hair. I was actually jealous of his long hair because my hair was short and it still is. I fell in love with his instrumental music. And his music literally saved my life when I had a nervous breakdown at the age of 15. He brought light to the darkness of my life. And then, when light came back to my life, I promised myself that no matter what, I apologize if there is a noise. I'm sorry, somebody is not muted.
Sorry for that.
Can I start from the beginning?
Yeah, please, you can start from the beginning. Sorry for that.
Thank you.
Wait 1 minute, I'll mute all and unmute. You can unmute yourself.
Have you ever wanted something really badly and yet felt that the whole universe has conspired against you and prevented you from achieving it? And have you promised yourself at that moment that no matter what, you'll make the impossible possible? Fellow Toastmasters, my love affair with the Greek musician Yanni began when I was a teenager. When I saw his picture for the first time, I almost fell off my chair. Strong cheekbones, beautiful eyes, and long hair. I was actually jealous of his long hair because my hair was short then and still is. I loved his instrumental music, and it actually saved my life when I had a nervous breakdown at the age of 15. His music turned the darkness into light. And when finally light came back to my life, I promised myself that somewhere, somehow, I am going to attend his concert. Move fast forward to 1997. I was driving on the highway in San Antonio, Texas, when suddenly I saw Yanni's smiling face staring at me from a billboard. My heart started racing. I couldn't believe my eyes until I saw the date for the concert. 29th of May? I was leaving the US on the 27th, and my visa expired on the same day. Oh no, how could this happen? I missed my chance. Fast forward to April 2013. I was driving along Sheikh Khalifa's highway when suddenly I saw Yanni's smiling face looking at me from a big billboard. A major star at the Spring of Culture Festival in Bahrain. My heart started racing, and I promised myself that this time I am going to be there at the concert. So I put the plan into motion. The day when the tickets went on sale, I drove like a maniac from Sahil to city center. And that's a good 25 kilometers. I rushed to Virgin Megastore and I stood in line for 1 hour. Come on, only 2 people ahead of me. Yes, I'm going to get a ticket. Yes, I'm. And then the sign sold out was displayed. No, not again. I think I was shocked and stood there for a good 20 minutes. Then I put plan B into motion. If I can't get a ticket, I am going to drive to the National Theatre, park my car, roll down the window, and then listen to the concert for free. But then I realized the theater was soundproof, so no sound was going to come out of it. I was back to square one. One day at work, I bumped into my colleague Vijani. Did you get tickets for Yanni's concert, Biljana? No, they sold out. Well, my husband got 3 complimentary tickets, so we are taking my mother to see Yanni. What? I followed Dipjani to the bathroom. Dipjani, are you sure that your mother will enjoy Yanni's concert? I mean, does she really like his music? She saw him performing at the Taj Mahal, so she really wants to see him. I don't even want to tell you what I was thinking at that moment. But I was secretly hoping that the lady would get sick, or God forbid, something worse. But no such luck. So plan C. I advertised even in the social media, and I put a notice next to my local supermarket, Al Jazeera. 2 days left until the concert. 48 hours, no ticket. Until one day before the concert when the phone rang. Hello, do you still need a ticket to Yanni's concert? Yes, I do need a ticket. Yes, do you have one? I do. Please tomorrow at 3 p.m. behind the car park at Al Jazeera supermarket in Zinj," said a young man's voice, and he hung up. Before I could even ask how much, what, and how. For a moment, I thought, what if this is a fraud? Or is it real? But I decided to take the chance. So the next day, I was anxiously waiting for 3 p.m. to come. I went to the supermarket. I waited. 3 o'clock, no young man showed up. 3:05, no one showed up. 3:10. Suddenly, I saw 3 of my best friends coming towards me. And Angela was holding an envelope in her hands. "What are you guys doing here? What is this?" "We were searching for a ticket for you for 3 weeks. We know how much you want to attend the concert. So here, Biljana, take it." I just could not believe my friends. They did it. They did it for me. That night, when I sat in the last row of balcony 2 at the National Theatre, my heart was racing. But when I heard the chords of the piano, and when the sound started to reverberate across the theater, my heart was still, and it was full, and I felt that I was at home. Fellow Toastmasters, in life, there will be missions that seem impossible, but no mission is worth not trying. Whether through a crazy plan, through perseverance, determination, or simply a helping hand from friends. Make sure to try. Make sure to turn the impossible into possible. Because one day, the universe will certainly conspire, but can help you to achieve the impossible. Back to you.
Please give Toastmaster Biljana a huge round of applause. I was so carried away and I got so involved, I felt I would have been in that stadium maybe. Moving on, our second speaker for tonight is an IT trainer at Babco, passionate Toastmaster who believes one should never stop learning new things in life, as learning is a continuous journey. Before I call upon Toastmaster Srilata Godavriddhi, may I please call upon her evaluator, a CA and cost accountant by profession, who became the first woman to be elected as the secretary of the Bahrain chapter of the Indian Chartered Accountants. She's the current president of the Vision Advanced Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Subhashri Srinivasan, to read out the objectives, please.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's a pleasure to be here and speaking to you once again. Today, our speaker Toastmaster Srilata is attempting Level 1 Project 2, the same speech objectives which the previous speaker had applies to her, but only thing is that she's attempting the first speech of the Level 1 Project 2. So the purpose of her project is the member has to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the same feedback to the second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback. That's it. And I wish the speaker the very best. And back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Let's welcome our next speaker, Toastmaster Srilata, with her speech title, Why Me?
Timer, before you start, am I audible and clear to everyone?
Yes, dear Srilata, you are clear.
Yes. Okay, thank you. You can start. Morning time, and you are running late. You get ready, get into the car, hit the road, and see the worst traffic jam. Somehow you calm yourself manage the traffic, reach the office building. You wait at the lift door opens, and the first person to walk out of the door is your boss. What would be your immediate reaction? Fellow Toastmasters and all my why me friends who are smiling on the other side of the screen, good evening to you all. Years back, when I was giving my icebreaker speech, the MC there introduced me. Her name itself says life's good, introducing Lata Godavarti. Believe me, until that time, I did not know that there was something good in my name, if not in my life. Not that I have complaints in my life, but if I were ever to write a book about myself, it would be definitely titled, Why Me? Because every chapter in my life would have some incidents pointing to the only question, why me? Back in college days, the one catchphrase that was very popular was bunking. Now, those of you hearing it for the first time, it means skipping the classes. And our college was like a mini jail. And the jail warden was our principal. So the college gates would close after 8 in the morning and would open only at 5. So no one had a chance to step out. And whoever did manage to bunk the classes were considered hero. One day our friends decided that we would bunk the classes. And me, though being a teacher's pet, got dragged into it emotionally. So the plan was each of us would just walk out of the gate telling the big mustache watchman that we are going out without the bags. He would just allow us. And we would then get the other side of the building from the rooftop. Somebody would drop the bags. So all my friends followed that meticulous plan, stepped outside the college and were waiting at the end of the lane. Then came my turn. It's showtime. I stepped forward, went outside with a meticulous plan. I went at the back of the building and signaled the girl. She somehow seems hesitated, but quickly threw the bag and disappeared. I took the bag, took a turn, and there I see a person smiling. It's showtime, my principal. So while all my friends managed to bunk the classes and watch movie, I was the one privileged to sit in the principal's room thinking, why me? Life is not a bed of roses. I understand. But what I fail to understand is whether problems run into me or I run into problems, as if they lay a red carpet for me to walk down. Few years back, we were traveling to Australia via Singapore. And we were at this immigration counter, me along with my husband and the kids. So the officer at the immigration counter pointed towards my husband and he said, "Sir, you and your kids might proceed, but your wife has to wait." What? What did I do? Understanding my expression, he said, "Ma'am, there's something wrong with your passport." I said, "What? What is the problem?" He pointed towards my name on the passport and the ticket. I took it out and I said, "Godavarti, Srilata, Srilata Godavarti." Well, it's the same, but he didn't think so. So while my husband and the kids toured around the airport, I was the one sitting at the immigration desk for 6 hours thinking, why me? Fellow Toastmasters, this why me question didn't even leave me in Toastmasters. It was the Division C evaluation contest. I walked onto the stage and with a great enthusiasm, I started. The speaker walked onto the stage with a wand like an angel. Within few seconds, the wand had somehow broken down and I was running on the stage just like a train without brakes, or even worse, like the dog chasing me. You had great body language, your vocal variety. What had actually happened was, as soon as I started my speech, the timer had mistakenly switched the green light on, and I rushed my speech, due to which I lost the contest. I was furious for the next 3 days. Why does it always happen with me? What is wrong? Fellow Toastmasters, not just me. There are many out there, like many of us, who feel like life is, yes, not a bed of roses. But when something like that happens, when we get into such situations, the immediate reaction is, why me? But we fail to realize that those are the situations that help you to transform yourself. Just like my friend, Lavanya. She lost her mother at young age. Her sister has lost her mental balance because of a bad marriage. And her father is an Alzheimer's patient. But for the past 20 years, she has been helping her ailing sister and father. Nothing but with a big smile. She has never thought, why me? But she has helped herself to go through the situation and transform into a successful person even in her career. Fellow Toastmasters, I always look up to her when I get into such kind of situations, and I urge you all, when life throws you into such kind of situations and you start pondering, why me? Know that those are the situations that will help you transform yourself and let you emerge as the new me. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Srilata. You have given us a lot to think about, the blessings. And I did travel back in time with you when you mentioned about bunking classes. I too did that, and I did get caught also. But moving ahead, our third speaker is an enthusiastic Toastmaster who's ever ready to take up the task. She's been an active Toastmaster since 2018 and a proud member of the third oldest club in the kingdom, Sri Lanka Club Symposium Toastmasters. She is also our current club coach. Toastmaster Manisha Lenodora is attempting level 2 of the pathway, Presentation Mastery, Effective Body Language. Before that, may I please call upon her evaluator, a Toastmaster who believes position is not vital. Rather, satisfaction of learning and coaching others is more important. An educational consultant with the passion to serve the community and the desire to impart knowledge to the younger generation. Toastmaster Shushmita Rao to read out the objectives, please.
Madam Toastmaster of the evening, and amidst this air of joviality and camaraderie, let me just read out the purpose of this project. Well, the purpose of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. So all the best to you, Toastmaster Manisha, and back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shushmita. Presenting Toastmaster Manisha Lendora with her speech title, Hero and the Baby Girl. Over to you.
Before I start, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yes. Mayday, mayday, Japanese are bombing. Daddy, tell me the story. Okay, baby girl, it was World War II. I was a male nurse in the British Royal Army. It was a dangerous time, but I stood for what I believe. My grandfather was my mother's hero. My mother was my grandfather's baby girl. Dear Master of Ceremonies and my dear fellow Toastmasters, good evening. The American philosopher and poet Susika Sen says, I would rather die fighting for what is right rather than live passively amidst all that is wrong. The time passed by, the baby girl grew strong and tall. The hero became weak and hunched. One day, the hero was rushed to the Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you got muted. Now it's okay.
May I know from where I got muted?
We don't know. You got muted.
Okay, I will
Honestly,
start
you
from the
got
beginning.
muted from One Day. One Day the Hero.
One Day the Hero. That's where you stop.
Thank you, Didi Mission.
Yeah, yeah. You talk. You're asking from where you got. Okay, okay. Speech. Yeah, one day. Yeah.
Okay. One day, the hero was rushed into the biggest government hospital in the city. The chief doctor said, he's over 80 years old, too old to be treated. He may die within 2 hours. But my mother believed that my grandfather could be saved. Please, doctor, transfer him to a better hospital. This man is already half dead. If I discharge him now, I will lose my job. But my mother believed that my grandfather could be saved. She screamed, shouted, and fought and got him transferred to the best private hospital in the country. Unlike government hospital, this hospital would take anybody, even a dead body, as long as you can pay. For 3 months, my grandfather was inside the ICU. My mother outside the ICU. She sacrificed studying for her degree. She was forced to give up on her job. And grandfather, there was no progress. My grandfather laid there, hopeless, helpless, and weak. Entire hospital sympathized with my mother, except for the finance department. While my mother's spirits sank to the ground, the hospital bill had flown to the sky. The bill was 30 times more than my mother's annual monthly salary. If you could hear her thoughts at that time, you would hear that she says to herself, I have no choice, but I believe. She believed that my grandfather could be saved. She mortgaged the only land she owned, emptied all her bank accounts, and took several loans to settle the bills. With heart full of hope, she went to the hospital and they said, there's nothing we can do for him anymore. It's better you take him home. At home, our relatives even have bought white saris to wear to my grandfather's funeral. My mother tore her cotton saris to lay on my grandfather's sick bed. On a dark, terrible night, the demon of death made his strongest attack. My grandfather's breath became low and weak. My mother went crazy. She ran outside to bring a doctor. And the doctor said, I'm sorry. He has only 1 more hour. In that terrifying moment, my mother poured tremendous effort. She gently patted his back continuously for over 2 hours. Gradually, my grandfather's breath slowed down. Silence invaded the room. That night, my grandfather survived. He lived for 17 more years. He witnessed that my mother getting her degree and her MBA. He lived to tell the story of World War to his grandchildren and his great-grandchildren. As a child, I saw my mother struggle, fight, succeed, and triumph until the death itself ran away in fear. Today, if I believe in one thing, it is to stand for what I believe, no matter what's the cost. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy said, "We will land a man in the moon." No one believed him, but he believed. His belief fueled the entire nation's imagination. In 1969, his belief became a reality. Dear friends, when you stand for what you believe, the world will think you're crazy. They will try to prove you're wrong. The facts and figures will be against you. But if you stand for what you believe will come to stand before you. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manisha, for taking us on that roller coaster ride. Moving on, our last speaker for tonight is one of the strongest pillars of KCT family. He's been a Toastmaster for the last 14 years, won numerous titles and awards in the past years. However, he has made it his mission to reach the World Championship. Humor runs in his blood, and he is an active member of 3 clubs within the kingdom. Please put your hands together for DTM Rufus Pinto, who is attempting level 3, project 2 of the path, Visionary Communication. Before that, may I please call upon his evaluator, the president of KMCC Toastmasters, a financial analyst by profession who enjoys writing, sports, and social networking. Toastmaster Hafsal, to please read out the objectives for us.
Hello, hi, good evening, everyone. Toastmaster, I'm audible?
Yes.
Yeah, you are audible.
Great. Yes, great. Great. My speaker, Toastmaster Rufus Pinto, is attempting level 3 project 2, Inspire Your Audience. The speech title is Karma is B. Purpose of the speech, for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. The speech content should be engaging and a speaker entertaining or moving.
Toastmaster Afzal, we lost you in between last two sentences. Can you please?
Yeah, I can see some connection issue. Let me just second.
Yeah, you can speak.
Yeah, can you I'm audible now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, all the best to my speaker Rafus, and back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hafsar. Presenting DTM Rufus Pinto with the speech title, Karma is a Bee.
Audible?
Yes.
Thank you. 2 weeks ago, my neighbor, Sheila, fed up being mistreated, ran away from the house. Madam Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, now please don't doubt me. Even Mr. Sharma did not doubt me. In fact, he said, karma is to be blamed. Karma is a bee. And what is karma? Karma means what you give, you get it back. You want to try? Try it out. Slap, and you'll be slapped back. Hit, and you'll be hit back. Kick, you'll be kicked. Invest, and your money will multiply. Kiss, and you'll get many kisses. Hug, you'll be hugged. Try it out. Karma is a bee. Good or bad, whatever you give, the results are immediate or after a few months or years. I realized it when I was a small kid. One day, my dad took us to the tailor. Yes, it was Christmas time. And this was an annual event, stitching new clothes. I was happy. The tailor started measuring my trouser, went up to the knee, and said, is it enough? I cried, no, please! Started throwing tantrums. I want long pant. My dad came up to me and gave me a tight slap. I cried more. This time, the tailor pulled me close to him and said, you cry, you'll cry more. And you see, you'll make everyone cry. Look at your dad. He's so sad. Listen, you smile, speak nicely, loving words, and you'll get what you want. Quite my tears went up to my dad. Daddy, I'm sorry, you're so nice. Please forgive me. I love you, Daddy. Please give me long pant. From the corner, he said, okay. Make long pants, trousers for my kids. Cancel my trousers. And he seemed so happy and pleased. Don't know why. But the tailor was sad. He looked up to my dad and said, what's wrong? Your trousers are torn. In fact, you need new trousers more than your kids. But my dad said, for me, my kids' happiness is everything. I want to just see a smile on their face. 2 weeks later, we went to bring the clothes. I was happy. Yippee! Long pants for me, finally. And my dad seemed to be happy too. We stepped inside, and this time, even the tailor was happy. He gave our clothes and said, try it on. Then he picked 2 more trousers and said, "Sir, this is for you. And I don't want you to pay anything. Your happiness and smile is enough." Wow. That day I learned, yes, karma is a B. B for bad and B for beautiful. Bad, because when I cried and threw tantrums, what I got in return? Slap. When I spoke in a nice way, smiled, I got what I wanted. Fact, my dad's sacrifice gave him the gift of 2 trousers. The tailor's sacrifice or his deeds gave him customers for life. Wow. I knew and realized that day karma is a B. What you give, you get back in return. Friends, in life, you get everything you want. But remember, on the way you climb the staircase, never hurt others, because karma is watching. What has happened now? We were destroying Mother Earth. And see this COVID or Corona, it has given time for a Mother Earth to heal. We blame karma for our blunders, when karma indeed works wonders. If you plant seed of apple tree, you expect oranges? No, you cannot get it. You can't do bad and expect good. For example, a personal vehicle, whether it's a 500 BD second-hand car or a 10,000 BD new Rolls Royce, you will put distilled water, take it for regular maintenance. Am I right? And in your body, we don't mind putting distilled alcohol, cloth mends, no exercise. Finally, end up blaming karma. Friends, we have to take care of ourselves and others. Never harm others, because karma is a B. B for bad people, and B for beautiful, for people who do good things. Next time, when you meet Mr. Sharma, and he says, karma is a B, remember, you have to say, what? Yes, karma indeed is a B. B for beautiful. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Rufus Pinto. Definitely karma is a B, but B is beautiful. I think the speakers have given such beautiful speeches, and everyone deserves a huge round of applause. Please give them a big round of applause. Sometimes a short walk down memory lane is all it takes to appreciate where we are today. So why don't we take a little stroll and rewind back to the good times at KCT? May I present 20 interesting facts of KCT. 20 years flown by just like that. That being said, in real life, we don't always have the luxury of being able to plan what we are going to say in advance. So let us move to this very interesting session of today, the table topic session, which gives us an opportunity to be bold and to speak impromptu. Our table topic master is the past Area 5 director, a very simple Toastmaster who believes life is 3% what happens to you and 97% how you respond to it. Please welcome Toastmaster Sunil Kumar to conduct the table topic session.
Before we start, can I propose to a meeting for another 30 minutes?
Sure.
Can somebody second it, please? Can somebody second this motion for extending 30 minutes agenda?
Yeah, Toastmaster Sunil, I can second it actually.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil.
Yeah.
We'll extend the agenda for 30 minutes.
So, thank you, Toastmaster Helisa, and distinguished guests and fellow Toastmasters. Good evening once again. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Fellow Toastmasters, the table topics, the most interesting and gripping session of each and every Toastmasters meeting, and the most favorite session for the table topic master himself. Needless to say why it is. Fellow Toastmasters, as we know, table topics helps members to develop impromptu skills. And table topic helps to train members to quickly organize and express their thoughts within a given timeline. And also, fellow Toastmasters, we know that table topic helps to develop 4 vital communication skills, namely listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. So these are the most common things, the benefits one get while attending table topic commentaries. But fellow Toastmasters, what I feel is table topics helps to one evaluate himself, the progress so far he has made in the Toastmaster program. For example, if one can confidently organize and deliver the table topic comments, means he's getting the benefit out of Toastmasters program. If someone is still struggling, meaning he has to take up a couple of projects, he has to take up a couple of roles in Toastmasters meetings. So this is what personally I feel Toastmaster in Toastmaster table topic will help to evaluate self. It will help to make self-evaluation about the progress one Toastmaster is making. So, fellow Toastmasters, yeah, I can move on, right? Yeah.
Yes, Toastmaster, you can.
Okay. So, keeping timelines, timing of the meeting, I've selected only few topics. Probably I will leave it to 2 or 3 table topics for tonight. So I'm going to pick the member who is not on the screen. I mean, like those who are not on the video, I'm going to pick them only. Just for the information, like as we don't have, we cannot have the word of the day displaying around. So just, informing the members, the word of the day is jovial. So my table topic commentators are encouraged to use the word jovial. So moving on, I'm going to choose the members. Yeah. So my first table topic for tonight is, if you are smartest in the room, then you are in the wrong room. If you are smartest in the room, then you are in the wrong room. Can I request Toastmaster Amanda Robo? Sorry, Toastmaster Amanda Rabo to comment on the topic. Toastmaster Amanda? Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Over to you, Toastmaster Amanda.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
table topic commentator, table topic master, dignitaries, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, good evening. If you're smarters, you are in the wrong room. Do I agree with this? No, I don't. Because I think I am in the right room and I am smart. Why am I saying this? Me being a Toastmaster has, I think I have realized that I am a smart person when I joined Toastmasters, because now I am able to speak in front of people without any hesitation and for any given topic. So can a dumb person speak that? No, I don't think. So I don't agree with the topic that if you're smart, you're in the wrong room, because I believe that every Toastmaster is a smart person, and every Toastmaster who is smart is in the right room. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amanda. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Amanda. Yeah, thank you. Moving on, I have a kind of a jovial topic. My topic goes like this: immunity supplements every day, a Toastmasters meeting twice a week. Immunity supplements every day, or Toastmasters meeting twice a week. So can I call Toastmaster Rashid Maimon? Toastmaster Rashid?
Hi, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, topic masters. And well, I don't know about if Toastmasters meeting supplements immunity, but it does supplements other things actually in our lives. Actually, I like to think that it keeps our mind fresh, or just it immunes or maybe gives us more capacity and more brain activity has been done. So after the meeting, you will find that you can sleep really well, actually, to be honest. If you get mentally tired of thinking and listening to amazing speakers, so a lot of things is running in your mind. So I don't know about the immunity, but you get high levels of brain activity, at least, going on. So I've seen so many chats. I mean, Roshan stopped chatting when somebody's speaking. So many things happens in Toastmasters meeting, especially online meetings. So I don't know about immunity boosting, especially sitting at home. I don't think any immunity is boosting. Our backs are breaking down, and it's not having our immunity unless you're drinking the immunity boosting drink at your home. So uh, I totally disagree. I mean, no immunity boosting from Toastmasters, just the brain activity increasing actually. And that's it for me. Back to you, Toastmaster Sunil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashid. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Rashid. Yeah. So I'll go with my last topic for tonight. If your teachers aren't learning, neither you are. If your teachers are not learning, neither you are. Can I request Toastmaster Khalid Amin to comment on this topic?
And I think Toastmaster DTM Khalid Amin is not here.
Okay. So can I request
Did I
Toastmaster?
hear my name?
He's here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I'm driving, but if I'm visible on multiple, I can talk.
Yeah.
First, can I move on to other speaker? Anybody else? Okay. Yeah.
I think there is a connection problem.
Yeah. I guess there's a network problem. Piano or guitar, yes.
Nityam Khalid, I mean, sorry to interrupt you. We are not unable to hear you. Maybe you have an internet issue. We are unable to hear you.
Yeah. So, can I ask someone else actually to comment on this topic? Yeah. So then, can we have Toastmaster Faraz Farooq to comment on this topic?
I would love to, but if you can please repeat the topic, because I was enjoying the music earlier, the guitar sound.
Sure. If your teachers are not learning, neither you are.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, Table Topic Master, dear fellow Toastmasters. This is a very profound statement. Profound because we are in this world, and the way we progress in this world is because of the learning and teaching that is provided by our teachers. And once we start off with our primary education and what have you and keep moving on, we find that the level of education and the level of knowledge of our teachers does keep increasing on step-by-step basis. And it's on that basis that we continue to learn. Now, let us assume we get to a stage where we feel we have learned everything and there's nothing more for us to learn. Then at that point, we need to understand that we have made a statement to ourselves that we are stopping our process of growth. Now, one way to continue this process of growth is to learn by ourselves, develop ourselves, which is good in and of itself. It's called self-development. But self-development will be more successful if we get the help and guidance of people who know a little bit more than us. So we reach out to those people and we would consider them mentors, gurus. They are the teachers. Now, what do we look for in these teachers, these mentors and these gurus is simply to what extent are these mentors and gurus themselves learning and what benefit they could add to us. The more these teachers keep learning, the more they will be able to pass benefit to us. So it is imperative that when we look for developing ourselves, we look for people who are continuing to learn, because it's only in that we will continue to learn. And if we continue to learn, we will continue our process of growth. So it is very important that we go to teachers who are themselves still students, because it is such teachers who will be better teachers. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faraz. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Faraz Farooq and as well Toastmaster Khalid Amin, who couldn't reach us actually. So, fellow Toastmasters, that was my last topic for today's session. I hope commentators, enjoyed commenting the table topics. Over to you, TMOT Toastmaster Helisa. Back to you.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for that wonderful session. Being funny is a gift, and when done well, it becomes a form of art. Today, to tickle our funny bones and to lighten up the mood in the room, we have with us our senior-most member of the KCT family. On asking him how he felt on being part of the 20th year celebration, he says, 16 beautiful years with his cradle club, KCT, has enriched him with continuous learning, and he's been blessed to come across a beautiful fraternity of fellow Toastmasters. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Vijay Naik with a thunderous round of applause.
Good evening. Hope I am audible, visible, and jovial.
Yes.
Welcome to KCT's 2020 jovial session. My assignment is to make you laugh during this session. If you don't want to laugh because of shortage of time, you may do that at home. Today, since it is 2020 theme, I have added plenty of 20 in my jokes. So enjoy 2020. 20 teachers from a school went for a tour. They were traveling in a bus and the bus fell down from the bridge and all died. Students came to know the tragedy and cried for 20 days and stopped crying after 20 days. But one boy continued crying. His parents asked, "Why are you still crying? The mourning period is over." He said, "My class teacher didn't go to the tour in that bus." Now to all men, do this exercise and see. Put your dog in a dark room and lock it for 20 minutes. Put your wife in another dark room and lock it. After 20 minutes, open both rooms and see who is happy to see you and who is going to bite you. Now a warning for you, men, not to try this. Because my friend tried this and got divorced. And now he is living with this dog. He lives a dog's life. Now to the ladies, put your husband in one dark room and lock it. Put your dog in another dark room and lock it. Open both rooms after 20 minutes. You will be happy to see your dog waiting to receive you. But what about your husband? You will be angry to see your husband sleeping and snoring like he never slept before. Now, during the interview for new admission to the LKG, teacher was asking 20 questions to a poor LKG student. And the 20th question was, who is the youngest member in your family? And this poor child said, my father. Teacher was surprised and teacher said, you answered all 19 questions correctly. How come you are giving a wrong answer now? This student with all the innocence answered, I said my father is the youngest because my daddy still sleeps with mummy. A lady patient, age 20, goes to the hospital for a dental checkup with her husband. Now the husband waits back in the reception and the lady goes inside to the male doctor. After entering inside the lady, she looks little nervous and doctor asks what happened. She asked the doctor, can I call my husband inside from the reception? The doctor says, it's only a 20 minutes dental job. You can trust me. I am very gentle. The lady patient says, that is fine, doctor, but my husband is outside with your lady receptionist and my husband is not that gentle. Over to you, Toastmaster Halisa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay. I'm sure everyone had a great laughter and a good jovial session. Good feedback is the key to improvement. The final part of our today's meeting is an important round in every Toastmasters meeting. In this round, constructive feedback is provided to each speaker, as well as the overall meeting conduct, so that the members can benefit from the experience of the evaluators and become better speakers tomorrow. I would now like to hand over the session to the General Evaluator of the day, DTM Khalid Jalal.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Halisa. I was waiting for this for a very long time. You don't understand how difficult it was for me to sit quiet. Finally, it's time for me to speak. The meeting starts when the Sergeant at Arms shows up. And today, with the theme of 2020, he reminded me my school days. I'll not say 20 plus 20, 40 years back I was in the school. Yes, maybe, but actually not. But remind you of my school, the reason is, he said, I'm here, the meeting starts. And everyone started paying attention. That's exactly what happens in school time. Ring, we hear the ring, and we all pay attention, and we all go to the assembly hall and stand up there, show our presence. And Toastmasters meeting, we all take our seats, switch off our cameras, go to mute, and attend the meeting. Sergeant Arms started giving the instructions very clearly, the housekeeping protocols and the SRP protocols, so everyone follows them. I'm happy to see it was followed very well, except few incidents happened, but that's acceptable. Our president took control and gave a very motivational speech with a lesson and a story. And he said, who is packing your parachute? That itself is a message we all remember, I'm sure, for a couple of days, if not for the entire month. That's a message everyone should think about. Who is packing your parachute? Who is taking care of you as a member of a club? Who is taking care of your club? Who has done all these efforts till today? What are you going to do for your club? And what the coming generation, the new members, new ExCom is going to do and take it to 40-40. Thank you, Mr. President. I don't want to use the word of the day today because the Toastmaster of the day is the word of the day. She was so friendly, so jolly, so enjoyable. She made the event from start till now. Everyone was glued on the chair except one person who was driving. I'll not mention his name. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Elisa, for the lovely role you have played as Toastmaster of the day. I really enjoyed the way you have conducted your role today. Now, we know we have requested to extend the time, so I'm not going to take long time. I would love to talk longer. So without further ado, let me call our timer to tell us the time taken by each speaker so that our evaluators can incorporate that in their speech evaluation. Toastmaster Veena, if you can tell us the time taken by the speakers.
So general evaluator and fellow Toastmasters, the speakers, Toastmaster Bilyana took 7 minutes, 18 seconds. Toastmaster Srilata took 8 minutes, 5 seconds. Toastmaster Manisha, she took 7 minutes, 35 seconds. Toastmaster Rufus took 7 minutes, 18 seconds. But the ExCom has jovially decided not to disqualify anybody, so everybody will be qualified. And should I tell about TT also, or later?
You can mention it. We can go ahead.
Yeah. Table topic commentators. Toastmaster Amanda took 1 minute 37 seconds. Toastmaster Rashid took 1 minute 40 seconds, and DTM Faraz took 2 minutes 9 seconds. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. No time disqualification, which is fine. So may I request the first evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sham Jeffrey, to please read out the evaluation for the first speaker, Toastmaster Bilyana.
Have you ever wanted something so badly? Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, as we celebrate this 20th anniversary, this Mission Impossible is proven today by the topic and the story that was delivered by this beautiful speaker. In the analysis of this speech, there are no less than 7 beautiful diamonds, which we will now dissect one by one. And the first of those is the selection of the topic, Mission Impossible, the connection of the topic to the story, and finally, that story flowering out into the beautiful message if you stick at your dream will come to stick with you. That's diamond number 1, beautifully delivered. The second one is the story, the personal story that was structured in a chronological story arc. But it was not just any chronological story, because it started when Toastmaster Bilyana was 15 years old, and then slowly it telescoped all the way to today, when she witnessed that person who brought the light from darkness, Yani, from her childhood to Austin, Texas, to Shakir, to finally that beautiful venue in Manama. That chronological structuring was seamlessly done, and although it was a long time period, we felt it go in a flash in 7 minutes and 18 seconds. Diamond number 3 is the hallmark of this great speaker, and that's vocal variety. There are 4 examples of great vocal variety. The first one being, I am going to be there. The second one being, someday, somehow. The third one being, oh no, not again. And the final one, sold out. It's not easy to bring vocal variety, and through this vocal variety, she brought the life in the speech. Diamond number 4 is evidence of great scripting, and my favorite one, I drove my car, parked outside, rolled down the windows, and I thought I will listen. But I forgot that the hall was soundproof. The delivery of that emotion and that humor can only come from great scripting. Diamond number 5 is the use of beautiful dialogue, and there are 2 instances of it when Toastmaster Bilyana speaks with her friend Vijani in that bathroom. And of course, the second one is where she receives the envelope from her friend Angela. The 6th great diamond was the use of the camera from here, and then of course, this angle here, which was very beautifully done. But my personal favorite is this diamond. This diamond was, she was brave enough to raise her hand and say, I'm sorry, there is distraction, I need to start again. All diamonds can use a great setting, and I have 2 settings for this great speaker. The first one being, you are a high energy speaker. That energy, if you can, couple with the pregnant pause, that exaggeration will create a great twist into your speech. And the second and final recommendation is, you use the term 5:30 or 3. That timing convention may or may not work with all audiences. So 3:05, 3:10 might be something you might want to consider. In summary, great story with a great moral, great technique. Consider these recommendations, and I wish that you will have more impossible missions so that you will be able to share these stories with us. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Shyam. And the evaluator made the mission impossible possible. Thank you very much. Now, moving forward, may I request Toastmaster Subhashri Srinivasan to tell us her evaluation for the second speaker, Toastmaster Srilata.
I'm trying to locate the timer.
Timer.
Veena, where are you? I can't locate you on the, yes, now I see you. Okay.
Thank you.
Why me? Why me? Fellow Toastmasters and ladies and gentlemen, tell me one thing. Every person here would have, in the last few months at least, have gone through this phase of, why me? Why is this happening to me? And in fact, that's what exactly the speaker today got into a speech. Why me is something which we all have faced in our life at some point of time. So the connection is immediate. But how did she do this? Through a beautiful storytelling technique, which always works with all good speeches. Not one story, but 3 stories. The first one is the college. who hasn't not been to college, so it's easier for us to relate. The second is the one on the flight. Some of us may relate, some of us might not. But trust me, I did, because even my name was swapped at one point of time when I was flying. And the third and important one was where she also talks about her own life. Now, this technique of storytelling has definitely been impressive, and she's used good technique of body language where she was able to move in the front, move back, use gestures, and the scripting of the whole topic was excellent. Now, if I were to tell her the show time of her speech, the first one would be when there is a transition to the actual message that she's giving is the important part, where it has to hit the audience. The audience should know where the message is coming from, the impact of the message, which I think should have got enhanced. It was just as if it just moved and just touched on top and it just moved away. I just wish you could work more on that. And the second and the important thing, which also I would like to point out to you in this field of online meetings, is the background. When you use the background and move back and forth, your hands disappear, your hair disappears, sometimes a part of your body does not seem to us at all, and it is very distracting. And when you have a distance between your head and the roof, that is also very important, because you were appearing to be a very small part of the speech, and there was a lot of area around. So having said this, in summary, a great speech, a well-coordinated 3-incident speech where you gotten the audience hooked to with the very title of your speech. I just wish that you actually give more importance on the message story part, as well as the addressing on an online meeting part. Thank you and all the best. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Professor Subhashri. Lovely evaluation. Yes, I completely agree. You mentioned about the visual background and lighting effect. It really makes person disappear, sometimes completely, sometimes part of the body, and you do not see the facial expressions and gestures as they're supposed to be. Now, moving forward, we have a third evaluator, Toastmaster Sushmita Rao. Toastmaster Sushmita Rao, please give us the evaluation of Speaker Toastmaster Manisha. The floor is all yours.
General Evaluator, thank you, Toastmaster Manisha, for adding value in our lives with your message. What you believe, stand for it. Well, it is my pleasure to evaluate your 7 minutes, 35 seconds inspirational speech. Now, let me delve into what was so impressive about your speech. Well, to begin with, the speech organization, I'm not talking about the intro, body, and the conclusion. It was like seamlessly you were transiting into the plot, into the story. And then there was this character development which took place. And then there was conflict in your life, which we could relate to. And then finally, the conflict was actually transformed with your grandpa earning more lives, more years of his life. So all this was beautifully, kind of crafted, and it kind of moved me basically from that reason. Thereafter, then you moved on from, let's say, from speech organization, speech mechanics. When it comes to speech mechanics, the objective of the speech was actually to modulate your voice, take care of your facial expressions. And indeed, it was picture perfect. And you took care of each nitty-gritty which was required, with the conversational tone, with the humor, the jovial things that you added here and there. So it was beautifully crafted there and picture perfect. And of course, the emotional appeal, I was like it was not just like I was not moved, I was feeling the emotional appeal that you created through your storytelling. Well, these are some things which were just fabulous about your speech. Now, let me offer you just one improvement. Toastmaster Manisha, I would rather say the objective of the speech was to balance between the intentional movements and the unintentional movements. When we say intentional movements, these are which are very consciously done. And it happened that you were, out of habit, you were doing those things. But when it came to unintentional movements, I realized for each and every word that you were speaking, there was a gesture. And because of that, what I could guess, the pace of the speech became very slow. And the pauses were very long in some areas. All said and done, just let me say one thing about this speech of yours. To summarize, you had a great speech organization, you had great and beautiful speech mechanics, and definitely this emotional appeal that you created. But Toastmaster Manisha, let me just quickly tell you, victory is not born in the field, but rather it is created in the practice. Just practice on this unintentional moment of yours, and I'm sure the Toastmaster world will be hearing more of your thoughts and ideas, and in an entertaining way, the way that you did. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. One comment which I want to add, like we had interruption in the first speech, we also had interruption here. I think in such cases, better to repeat from the start, because you just started. It's almost like within a minute, people would have learned, or they heard it from the beginning. That would have been better impression. But it was agreed that you start from a particular point, so well, point taken. Now, moving forward to our final evaluator, Toastmaster Hafzal, may I request you to please read out the evaluation of distinguished Toastmaster Rufus Pinto.
I'm audible, General Evaluator?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay.
Good.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and my speaker, DTM Ruffs. It looks like for me, I'm watching a Bollywood movie, and he looks like an actor for me. I just saw that he was just going through the stories. 3 things I like in his speech. He has added a story about his childhood, which connected all of us as an audience, where the father and the Tyler and him. So that was a wonderful thing. Would I see it? Then he has a message there. Karma is everything. If you give it, it will return back. If it's bad, you get it back, bad things. And if you do it good, it comes back to as a good things. And he had a lot of postures there. And he has connected us with the current situation, what we have experienced with the pandemic. Whatever we have done against the mother nature, it's coming back to us. And he has mentioned that it's same with our health. And he mentioned that the message that don't blame anybody for your things that you do as a karma. He's a very jovial speaker, and I've really enjoyed the speech. A few suggestions from my side would be, a purpose of the speech was engaging the audience. So if we could have ask a question or thought to the audience, it would have makes more engaging the audience. As well, the title of the speech was "A Karma is a B." So I was expecting as an audience, there's some more suspense in between for the title. Otherwise, the speech overall, it was really engaging and with a message. Let's put all together. He was an excellent actor with a lot of poses. He's a good storyteller. And with that, I would like to say he has done a wonderful job. And I want to say that karma is not only beautiful, it's a big. Thank you, and back to General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hafzal, for the evaluation. Karma is karma. It is B. It is bad. It is beautiful. No doubt. Now let's move. In the interest of the time, I'll ask our grammarian to read out her report. Grammarian, Toastmaster Andrea Lewis.
Once again, there was no error during the meeting. Well, coming to the grammarian report of the word of the day, the word jovial was used quite a few times, but I would appreciate if you all use it in the further meetings, since I guess it's not a very hard word. It's jolly, happy. So Toastmaster Hisham used it twice. DTM Sushmita used it once. Toastmaster Sunil used it thrice. Toastmaster Veena used it once. And Toastmaster Sushmita used it once. So I hope you all use the word of the day more in your daily ahead life. And over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Andrea, for very carefully listening to the word of the day being spoken by the audience today. Now, moving forward, let me ask the report from our counter, Shweta Sunil. Shweta.
Good evening, General Evaluator and fellow Toastmasters. The meeting was very jovial and all the speakers have done their good job. In fact, it was a very tough job for me to note down the pause pillars. Not even a single speaker had given me an opportunity to note down the pause pillars. So from my side, there are no pause pillars to note down. So in fact, it was a great privilege to be an R counter for today's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shweta Sunil, for the R counter report. Now I ask our timer to give us the timing report for the evaluators and the grammarian R counter. Although there are no time disqualification, which is agreed, but it's formality to know about it.
Mr. General Evaluator, welcome back. Good evening once again. The evaluator Hisham DTM Hisham has taken 3 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Subhashri has taken 3 minutes 28 seconds. Toastmaster Sushmita has taken 3 minutes 3 seconds. Toastmaster Hafzal has taken 2 minutes 30 seconds, and the joke master has taken 4 minutes. The rest are all within their allotted time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Veena, for your timing report. Now, the meeting went very well, and it's exactly the motto says excellent, and the meeting was excellent. Everything was very well prepared, very well taken, except 2 things I would suggest we could have taken better control. One is muting all the audience because there were multiple disturbances today. We had the first disturbance where we lost about 2 minutes, and then in between we have 1 and 1 minute time loss. We could have saved that time. And that's number 1. And number 2, if we have requested the speakers to start from the beginning, even for the second speaker, that would have made the audience to have the speech heard from the beginning. Otherwise, everything was so well organized, everything went very well, no time disqualifications thanks to the ExCom's decision. And with that, I'll end my evaluation report and pass the control back to TMOD in the interest of the time. We're already getting late. Thank you very much, everyone. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Toastmaster of the day.
Oh, I'm sorry, my this thing was muted. This brings us to the end of our tonight's meeting. I would like to wish all the members present here for taking out the time as well as the guests who took out the time and shared with us in our celebration today, before I take your leave, I would like to leave you with this small thought. The 3 C's in life: choices, chances, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. Over to you, President.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, for that wonderful journey. Before I initiate my further talk, I would like to release the polls. I request all of you to select today's winners. Let me release the first poll, Best Speaker. Can you all vote, please?
President, is it possible to take this poll, out of the view? I think better.
Pardon me?
I think everyone can see the poll actually. Is it
Okay,
possible to take off the screen?
1 minute.
No, because he has made us a
No,
co-host.
no,
That's why you are seeing.
only you are seeing, Sunil. Because you are
Okay.
the
Yeah.
host.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Noted.
Okay. Thank you. So I will be closing the polls for the best speaker with this. Okay. Let me launch the second poll, best evaluator. Best evaluator, few more votes are pending. Can we vote it, please? Thank you very much. I am ending the poll for best evaluator. Let us move on to best table speaker. Table topic speaker. Kindly vote. Thank you very much. I am closing the votes. Polling. Thank you. So before I conclude, anybody wants to share your feedback? Anyone?
Yes, Mr. President.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. President, can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, my apologies because I have been on the move, so I think in some areas the connection becomes bad. But thank you for having me and thank you for the opportunity. A great meeting, and I wish you continuous success for you personally and for your club.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Area Director, Toastmaster Roshan Lewis, and the club president. I would like to thank the entire team who worked in organizing this event. I know how much effort it has gone through. I was going through the to and for exchange of messages and the preparation, how many times the revisions were made, and everyone's contribution. It is the result of every individual's contribution which has made the event so successful. I'd like to congratulate all the organizing committee members. I'd like to thank all the participants who attended the meeting today. Thank you, and back to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. So I wish all feedbacks have given. So as running out of time, let me announce a result before I conclude. So today's the best evaluator goes to DTM Isham Jeffrey. Congratulations. And today's best speaker goes to Bilyana Dauseva. Congratulations, Toastmaster Bilyana. And best table topic presenter goes to DTM Faraz Farooq. Congratulations, DTM Faraz. We will send the certificates. We will mail you soon. So with that, fellow Toastmasters, what an activity. Though we are celebrating 20 years, more than that, entire Division C came together and we organized this meeting. I thank each one of you, especially our Division C Director, DTM Khalid Jalal, and all our team, especially Toastmaster Vandana, Toastmaster Veena, Toastmaster Manisha, our club coach, who also helped us in spite of busy schedule. And all of you, we went a little overboard with the time. I ask apology for this. So with this, meeting number 505 adjourned. Thank you very much for being with us, all of you.
Thank you all very much for being part of this event.